Well, this is not the traditional videos that I usually do on this channel, but here we are. Hello everybody. As you can see, I am not doing Nuketown in this video, obviously, since you saw the title and thumbnail and all that fun stuff. Nuketown will be next week. I'm making this video to kind of give my reaction and opinion to Black Ops 6 as Treyarch is kind of dropping its lovely little scenes, especially on zombies as the trailer came out a little bit ago. So if you did not watch the trailer, I highly recommend you do so, otherwise you will have no idea what the hell I'm going to be talking about. The link to the trailer will be in the description. Now, in case most of you never heard, a lot of people, including myself to such a high degree, claimed this COD is going to be the make or break for the franchise. If it does well and meets our expectations, then COD is saved for now. And a lot of us will be playing COD still, and I myself will continue making zombies content for you guys. And believe me when I say, for some such as myself, our expectations are low due to previous CODs. However, if the game is absolutely horrendous like MW3, well, you can kind of figure it out. A lot of people will officially give up on the franchise, had they not already, and do something else, like I will do if the game flops. Especially on this, because this game was 4 years in the making, so it would be extremely embarrassing for it to flop. But I will say this, with what we have been receiving either by Treyarch or just by COD update accounts on X, such as Charlie Intel, they are cooking amazingly. People are getting excited, myself included, mind you. With the return of many things from past CODs, which we will get to in a moment, things are somehow managing to pull back. Now, there is a good chunk to talk about, as well as me giving my sort of opinions on most of those topics, but to start things off, the multiplayer. I'm starting with this because it's going to be the most popular and kind of the most shortest to talk about here because we are a zombies channel. Until I stream a Race to Prestige series, but moving on. The reason why I say it's not really a lot to talk about is because of the many things that can be expected. There's going to be 16 maps on launch, which is actually awesome, with a bit of a large variety of maps to be playing on, so that's going to be fun. Also, get ready for some awesome cinematics on this channel because they are officially bringing back theater mode in the game. Now, the devs talked about movement throughout the whole thing, which is what we will be talking about in a moment. However, more details on multiplayer, will be released in August for COD Next. But the main thing that I'm expecting, and something I'm going to hate, is the skill-based matchmaking. We can all assume there will be sweaty bastards on that shit doing their stupidity with their funky operators, which is also something I hate the most with, but whatever, that's just a straight opinion. You either like it or you don't. But anyway, it's going to be a sweat fest, no doubt. And then you're going to hear that one sweaty bastard on X go, "Oh, you just got a skill issue. Get better at the game." Like, no, because unlike you sweaty little stain of society, I have a life outside of Call of Duty that is more important than you. As a matter of fact, 95% of the population of Earth have a life outside of Call of Duty that is more important than you. FaZe will never recruit you, thankfully, now that Banks is in charge now. Optic will never notice you, and any other esports team that does notice you are more irrelevant than the shit an African in a small village took on the street just a few days ago. Your delusionality of skill issue leads me to believe that you, lovely little 18-year-old virgin, have no life. You will never be as good as me socially, mentally, and physically, which is proven by you saying skill issue on X of all platforms. And you can argue, that's why we get skill, but yeah, let me stop you right there and say that won't matter, seeing how in skill-based matchmaking, one game you'll go 10-2, next game you're going 0 and freaking 94. My point? Skill-based matchmaking isn't all that reliable, but they will add it nonetheless, so we must deal with the horror sweats, just like you, little Timmy. However, what I am going to enjoy is the camo grinds and challenges and all that fun stuff. Obviously, there will be bundles and battle passes and other microtransactions in multiplayer, unsurprisingly, but I really couldn't give a shit. I am not a horny 12-year-old with a Nicki Minaj operator. My money is more important elsewhere, like buying the new Indiana Jones game as shown also in the Xbox showroom stream. Overall, my thoughts on the multiplayer, it will have its ups and downs, but ultimately I think it had the potential of being pretty good. Not to mention, it has been confirmed that the game will have classic prestige mode, so definitely expect my stream series of racing to prestige, like I did in Black Ops 1. Now moving on is the campaign. This is something that is quite interesting to say the least. As seen in the trailer, we have a lot of world leaders yapping, all of them with a significant amount of history behind them.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
But moving on. I think the storyline for the campaign will be pretty damn good. I'll tell you what, Adler is back in action and the story looks absolutely awesome, so I am pumped for this. The setting takes place at the Black Ops 2's campaign in the 90s, so Mason nor Hudson will be in it. Rather, it's just Woods in his wheelchair teaming up with another character as they go rogue against the people that train them, pretty much the US government. This is because of an operation that went south that made them suspend it. Now, in the beginning, they were talking about the deep state in the US and how they are mainly the enemy in the game, which is pretty good. We get to kill some more corrupt pricks. Now, I did say Adler is returning in the game, and one of the devs in the Xbox showroom gave the possibility of him being the antagonist in the game. I think this is really interesting, seeing how some of us actually like Adler in the Cold War campaign. And now that I am on Cold War, let me just say, their campaign was pretty good as well. Side note, I have full confidence that Black Ops 6 will do better than Cold War for a number of reasons. The main reason that I think this is because of the coronavirus. The devs were working online from their homes during the coronavirus, and we were all locked up inside our lovely little homes. This time, it's different, as these lads were working on this in the same place instead of their homes. So that type of communication to ensure a good game is already going is going to be a major improvement. Now, as I said earlier, the movement of the game is also going to change. As stated, sprinting and diving in random directions will be in the game, also known as omni-movement. We can sprint in any direction, backwards included, more accurate hit points on the enemy in-game as they add some additional hit points to the players. On top of that, we have minor movements such as gun control when peeking a corner and whatnot. And the hub is quite basic, which is something that I actually like because I do not need shit all over my screen, although that is an option to have since you can also control where most of the HUD is. What I mean by that is that you can have your ammo and bullets be on the front of your screen next to your crosshair, so you don't have to look away. I don't know what to say to that. If you for some reason plan to do that, then God bless you. Now, the game is very detailed. A dev said they detailed it so you can see the sweat on the palm of your player's hands. Why is that so important is beyond me, but we are just going to roll with it. Now, I did mention earlier about the game holding Classic Prestige mode. There will be 10 Prestige ranks in order for you to get to Master Prestige. One of the devs said that once you grind it to Master Prestige, you will get a secret reward. I can already assume it's going to be a calling card. Quote me on that. Something else I'm pretty happy about is the new weapons that will be added onto the game. It's not like that horrendous MW3 where things are practically transported from MW2. Rather, people are saying there is no transported things onto this game, so everyone will pretty much start fresh, which is something I will enjoy greatly. Time will tell though. I mean, we are definitely scratching the surface here and we can be blowing this way out of proportion, but it's sometimes fun to make shit up like this. With the possibility of being right, mind you. There is nothing really much else to say in regards to the campaign and controls here, other than these screenshots and videos we got so far. So let's move on to the one thing that most of us are focused on here, zombies. Now, I don't think you need me to describe to you how zombies evolved over time, from just a small little simple map made by Treyarch just for the hell of it, to being one of the most important game modes in the Call of Duty franchise. Of course, over time it kind of crumbled to the point where we, as zombies content creators, are deemed as a dying community, and they have every right to call us that with what has been put out in the past after Black Ops 3, and I'll be generous in saying Black Ops 4. Except for Alpha Omega, that shit was ass. Now, the one thing that is confirmed and something I am super happy for is the return for round-based maps. The main reason I didn't buy MW3 was, well, for a lot of things, but the zombies was horrid. In my opinion, I do not want to be rushed playing a game for 2 hours just to evac and then get back into the same game with the same shit. Plus, I don't fancy the open world maps of zombies. I mean, I'm still trying to get used to Outbreak. But the return of round-based zombies where I can play for as long as I want with the zombies getting more and more difficult is something I am very excited for. Now, granted, zombies at the Black Ops 2 kind of gotten a lot more easier, with Cold War bringing in the armor system so you take less damage, so pretty much jug before getting jug. It really got easier over the times. Don't believe me? Let's take a gander at the ZWR leaderboard for high. Oh my sweet baby Jesus, that's a lot of first place runners. However, the point I'm trying to make is despite the sort of decrease in difficulty, nothing really beats hopping on a casual game of zombies, just playing for however long you like, trying to get to a high round. Now, if I am not mistaken, they are bringing back the armor system in zombies. If I'm being honest, I really couldn't care less about all that stuff. I have only and always will be only on top of the round-based game modes, as well as a good storyline. Now, while I am happy about that, there are more things coming to zombies that we can all remember. One of them being Gobblegums, so that's interesting as well. It has been confirmed that Gobblegums are making a return to zombies. Truthfully, I'm going to assume it's going to be the same Gobblegums from Black Ops 3 because, I mean, shit, they had everything covered with those. I couldn't know what new ones they would be able to make. And if there are going to be new ones, then I feel horribly bad for the lads trying to come up with the new ideas for them. They were probably up all night trying to get that shit sorted out. I'm also going to assume they are going to bring back the create a class system where you can spawn in with any weapon, which in my opinion is quite overpowered. What am I trying to say here? I like spawning in with just a pistol. If I had to make an argument as to why I support that more, is really the mystery box. There really is no point in hitting the box or a gun when you can just spawn in with that gun in the beginning anyway. The only time you would hit the box is for a wonder weapon if you decide not to get it via the storyline or Easter eggs, at least in Cold War. Now, this Zombies will continue with the Dark Ether storyline, which I think is interesting. I don't mind this story one bit. It is also confirmed that we will have a set list of characters, which is something the community has been asking for. We have Weaver, what looks like Carver and Gray, and then some random ass woman on the left. This is on the Steam page where an image of the 4 people are shown, and it does seem to be on Zombies, whose eyes are yellow in the back, mind you, so potential controller can be a special little someone. What the hell happened to Strauss? We will never know. We now have another woman who, like I said, I have no idea who the hell it is. On the topic of maps, another pretty good thing about Black Ops 6 Zombies is that they are going to be releasing 2 maps in the base game. Round-based, mind you. Just like Black Ops 1 with Kino and 5. Like I said, I think Treyarch is trying to go for a more nostalgic approach in this game with what they are bringing back, and I'm all for it, combining the past with the present. Now, as for pricing, it's going to be wild with them $70. I really wish it was something like 50, but shit, you know what? This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for a lot of people when this game comes out, on if it'll be great or not. But regardless, the game is set to release on October 25th. Overall, I think Black Ops 6 has a lot of potential of being a comeback for Call of Duty with what we have been learning from the lovely lads and sharing they give us the information on X. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments on if you think the game will be a major success or a horrid flop. Let me know if you agree with me on the things I have said or disagree with. There is no doubt I may have missed a detail or 50 while talking about this. Finally, be sure to subscribe to see more of my videos in the future, as we will surely play this when it comes out, especially the open beta. With that being said, thank you guys for watching and goodbye.